Welcome back, Brawlers. I'm BakuBrad96, and today is day 3 of my Bakugan Battle Brawlers celebration week. For today's video, I thought I would kind of pick up where I left off in yesterday's video and cover Season 1 Bakugan, but this time my B2 collection. So it's the Bakugan that got a size upgrade the first time. For a quick reference, of course, I have the B1 Pyrus Dragonoid. Here is a B2 Subterra Dragonoid. So that is the difference between the B2 and B1 Bakugan. And then the difference between the B2 and a modern day Jugun Rising is there, so they even got bigger. But for today's video, of course, I am covering the Legacy series, so this will be Season 1 but B2 Bakugan. We'll go ahead and start out with this Dragonoid, which opens the same as the B1 one. Well, except I need to get the right peg there. The horn and the feet. And there we go. So pretty cool. He is Subterra. Unfortunately, I don't have a B2 Pyrus. This one has 550 G power, so it is quite a bit stronger than the original one that I have, but still very cool. It was really nice to have and just be a part of the classic collection. We'll close him up there and take a look at his ball form for everyone. Of course, that classic Subterra attribute symbol. Next up, we'll go over the other Subterra Bakugan I have, and the only one, which is a Subterra Monorais. Originally Ventus, it's really cool. It was like a butterfly woman Bakugan. And it has two manual feet-like pieces at the bottom. This Bakugan had 490 G power, so a little weaker compared to the Dragonoid, but very detailed. It definitely looked like a butterfly of a sort. Then to close it, you just take the wings and fold them in. A lot of the older Bakugan were really simple. Moving on to my Aqueous Bakugan, I have a very awesome one. This is the evolution of Teguero, I believe. Blade Teguero was its name. So it does have some moldable parts, which are the feet. They fold out like that. And it opens up and it does spread out even further to get quite large. And when you do spread it out, it reveals even more hidden stripes and paint. Definitely looks like a tiger. It is very detailed. This was Runo's partner Bakugan. It has 600 G power. Very cool. Take a look at the back here. And then pulled out on the back. There's no painted on the inside there, but it is on the front. The teeth are painted. Very cool. So to close, you just push it in. The little arm blade shoulders go down, then the arms, and then folds. I like this one because of all the tiger stripes. They really made it look like a tiger, and looks like Teguero from the show. It was very show accurate as far as the anime is concerned. Next up, I do have the evolution of Gorum, but unfortunately it is in Chaos as well. I did not have it in Subterra. So you fold out its feet, which are a lot like the Monorais's. And then here he is. Of course, it's a lot like the first Gorum. You have his body in the middle, and I think this disc that comes out is supposed to represent his hammer that he gets. And then I think the back might be his shield, I'm not sure. He does come with, he does have 530 Gs, so that's pretty decent. Pretty cool that they made him blue for the Chaos. I always thought that was kind of weird, but it was neat. Again, cool to have one of the evolution forms of Bakugan though, right? To close him, it might seem a little difficult, but it's not. The bottom, the side pieces, and then that disc shape pushes right in. And there is Hammer Gorum all folded up. Next, I'll go ahead and review my Ventus Bakugan. The first Ventus Bakugan I have is Dragonoid, which is a very cool classic Bakugan. I like it a lot. The feet, generally the same with these. They just fold out. Pretty simple. I mean, there's not a lot of detail to it, but it's just cool because it was like a raven, falcon, bird soldier. It was just pretty neat back then. So 490 G power made it kind of weak, but a lot of Ventus-based cards would make it stronger. And the purple and the yellow with the older Ventus colors were pretty unique. Definitely thought it was different for sure. And this one really super easy to close. You just fold the wings back in and the feet in. The next Bakugan I have was originally Pyrus. This is a Polynei. I believe it was one of the Guardian Bakugan in the show or something like that. Its feet opens out like Drago's, and then it has a horn quite similar. And when folded out, it obviously does look like a dragon. The clawed arms, wings, the head, movable jaw, very neat. G power of 650, so pretty strong. I mean, that's as far as my older ones are. And it does have a tail that is supposed to come out, or is it manual? It might be manual, I don't remember, but I cannot... There it goes. Okay, so it does have a manual tail as well as manual feet. Very cool. Opens up quite a bit. So to close it, feet, then the tail, horn, head, just like Dragonoid, and then the wings in. And that is a Polynei closed up. All the designs kind of look like flames. Really cool. Moving on to the only B2 Pyrus I have of Season 1 is another one of the Guardian Bakugan. This one is supposed to be, what is it, Subterra, but I have it in Pyrus and Aqueous. But I'll show the Pyrus one first because it is the only Pyrus B2, like I said. G power of 590. Kind of weird, looks like a statue of a sort. I believe this one was called Aquascleif, I think. Don't quote me on it. It's been a long time and I don't quite remember everything. But he always looked pretty neat as well. Kind of zoom out, get a little more detail with him. Has the little eyes there in the front. Close him, his arms down, and just push in. And then of course you push the feet in. Very neat. A lot of line work on that on the outside of this Bakugan. Okay, so going on to Aqueous. Since I already said I had it, we will show off the Aquascleif. The feet open the same way. Not a lot of difference, just the coloring. The head is red in the Aqueous. And then this one has a G power of 310, so very weak. A lot weaker in Aqueous, but that makes sense because the original is Subterra. Kind of opposites in the original series. Moving on with my next Aqueous Bakugan, I do have an Aqueous Fortress, which is originally supposed to be Pyrus. It has bottom feet that fold out. And opens up with 4 arms and then a head. He does have 4 faces as well, which made him really cool to represent his different emotions. 470 G power, so not the strongest, but I just like this one because of how he looked. He was a really cool Bakugan in concept, and just the design was very unique. To close him, the front arms and then the top ones, I believe, yes, and then the feet go in. And this is the ball form. The last Aqueous Bakugan I have is Teguero, which is a very funny Bakugan in my opinion. So it has little back feet that pop out, kind of like Laser Man. And then boom, it's a giant eyeball. Pretty cool, just epic, random, giant eyeball. Seems like the new Kloptor, they in Battle Planet paid homage to Teguero, like definitely, like even with the shooting eyeball and how big it was. Obviously similarities there. Really cool. This Bakugan was originally Chaos. So this one has 600 G power, which is not bad at all. Very cool. Again, not much to say about it. A giant eyeball. Very neat. Geez, talk about hitting the camera. Sorry about that. Finally, I'll go ahead and review the last two for today. It is the Darkest Guardian Bakugan from Season 2, when all of the Guardian or partner Bakugan of the main shows like Heroes evolved. This is Exedra, so this is the one that Dragonoid fought, and I do believe after fighting this one, he either evolved into, or no, he did evolve into Alpha Dragonoid. I'm like 80% sure that's when it happened. It has a B power of 450 Gs, and it is like a Hydra-esque Bakugan itself. You can see all of the heads they detailed, even the arms have unpainted, designed heads on the interior. A very cool Bakugan. I definitely enjoyed it back in the day. It was one of my favorites. And to close it, you just put the top down in and then the bottom tail, or the back tail in. And that is Exedra all closed up. Finally, for today's video, is another Darkest Bakugan. This one, my favorite. Of the B2 Darkest I have, El Condor, which already, it's very unique. Got that bird-like design. Really cool. And then you open it, and it is like a really awesome skull, cool design. The only manual part it has is a foot stand peg in the back here. And then it has a G power of 340, so not the strongest. All of my Darkest Bakugan aren't the strongest, but I just really like them anyway. Go Team Darkest always. So there he is. So that will do it for day 3 of my Battle Planet, or Bakugan Battle Brawlers celebration day. Sorry about the jumble up. It's really hard to remember. There's been quite a few years of Bakugan now, but if you like the video or what you saw, hit that like button down below. And if you're a new viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because 80% of you that watch my videos aren't subscribed, and I definitely want to change that because I bring daily Bakugan content that I hope everyone enjoys. But I will see you next time. Remember, Bakugan Brawl.